1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Pakistan has urged the United States to play its role to end the Indian lockdown in occupied Kashmir and let the Kashmiris exercise their inalienable right to self-determination. The United States has lauded Pakistan's efforts for maintaining peace in the Middle East and South Asia. The Foreign Office summoned a senior diplomat from the Indian High Commission in Islamabad today to reject the mischievous portrayal by India of isolated, fabricated incidents involving Pakistani citizens and minorities' rights issues. Human Rights Watch says India is failing on human rights in occupied Kashmir. Iran has expressed the readiness to hold talks with Saudi Arabia and other Gulf countries to promote regional peace. Bangladesh has announced a 15-member squad for the upcoming T20 series against Pakistan beginning from Friday in Lahore. And now the news in detail. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says Pakistan desires to further strengthen ties with the United States through strategic partnership. Talking to American Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen in Washington, he said Pakistan attaches high value to its relations with the United States. The Foreign Minister apprised Senator Chris Van Hollen of the crippling lockdown in occupied Kashmir for over 5 months now and critical security situation there. He said the Indian government's state oppression in occupied Kashmir and its policies to push minorities to the wall has jeopardized peace in South Asia. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said Pakistan is committed to taking political solution to the Afghan conflict to a logical conclusion in collaboration with the United States. He said peace in Afghanistan will benefit the entire region. He informed Senator Chris Van Hollen about Pakistan's efforts to reduce tensions and establish peace in the Middle East. Talking to U.S. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien at a meeting in Washington, Shah Mahmood Qureshi conveyed Pakistan's concern that instability in the Middle East would also affect the neighborhood and the global economy. Stressing the need for de-escalation and dialogue, the foreign minister expressed Pakistan's willingness to play its role for peace in the region. Referring to the human rights situation in occupied Kashmir, the foreign minister said the United States should urge India to end its lockdown in the occupied territory, desist from escalation along the line of control, implement United Nations Security Council resolutions in Kashmir, and let the Kashmiris exercise their inalienable right to self-determination. Speaking on the occasion, Robert O'Brien appreciated Pakistan's efforts for maintaining peace in the Middle East and South Asia. A senior diplomat from the Indian High Commission was summoned to the Foreign Office in Islamabad today to reject the mischievous portrayal by India of isolated, fabricated incidents involving Pakistani citizens as minorities' rights issues. It was underscored that such machinations cannot divert the attention from the criticism the Indian government is facing for its own discriminatory policies against minorities in India and the ongoing state terrorism in the Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The Indian side was conveyed that minorities in Pakistan enjoy full protection and rights under the constitution. It was emphasized that the legal system of Pakistan is fully capable of protecting the rights of all its citizens. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Munir Akram, has said recent United Nations Security Council session on Kashmir is a diplomatic victory and success of Pakistan. Talking to a private news channel, he said it will increase pressure on India to step back from making aggressive moves in the region. The Pakistan envoy said decades-old United Nations resolutions on Kashmir are still functional. The session also rubbishes the Indian claim that Kashmir is its internal matter. In occupied Kashmir, people belonging to different walks of life have taken strong exception to former Indian Army Chief and the incumbent Chief of Defense Staff General Bipin Rawat's recent statement about setting up Nazi-type concentration camps for the Kashmiri youth, rights activists, and Kashmiri intellectuals. Talking to the New York Times, said General Bipin Rawat's words revealed how the highest levels of Indian military viewed Kashmiri people, and that his comments could presage another disturbing turn of events. On the other hand, South Asia director of New York-based Human Rights Watch, Meenakshi Ganguly, in a statement, said India is failing on Kashmiri's human rights. She deplored that Indian authorities have sought to justify their rights violations on the grounds of national security. Two ships of the Pakistan Navy, Aslat and Muawwin, visited Port Victoria of Seychelles in the last leg of its visit to Africa. According to the spokesperson of the Pakistan Navy, the mission commander of the ships held meetings with the military leadership of Seychelles and discussed matters relating to mutual interest, including promotion of maritime cooperation. The host authorities appreciated Pakistan Navy's efforts for maritime security. This is Radio Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the whole nation is proud of Suleiman Khan's bravery. In a tweet, he said Suleiman Khan showed great courage and selflessness to help people stranded in the snow. It is pertinent to mention here that Suleiman Khan saved the lives of more than 100 people stuck on snow-jammed roads near Quetta. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, has announced that the government is establishing a jobs bank for thalassemia patients. She stated this while addressing a ceremony held in connection with the second death anniversary of journalist, columnist, and social worker Munnu Bhai in Lahore today. She said the bank will provide better jobs to persons suffering from thalassemia. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government has approved over 2,700 new posts for education sector in the tribal districts of the province. According to a notification issued in Peshawar, these posts have been created to overcome deficiency of staff in 484 schools in the merged districts. The creation of such large number of posts in the tribal districts will make the educational institutions fully operational and enhance literacy rate in these areas considerably. The Azad Jammu Kashmir President Sardar Masood Khan visited two villages, Seri and Surgan Bakwali of Neelam Valley, badly affected by avalanches and landslides. He expressed sympathy with families of 42 martyrs of the villages and assured that the government would take every possible step for their full rehabilitation. Sardar Masood Khan thanked the Pakistan Army for taking active part in the rescue and relief operations and lauded the role of the police, local administration, and volunteers in this regard. Iran has expressed the readiness to hold talks with Saudi Arabia and other Gulf countries to promote regional security. Addressing a meeting in Mumbai, India, the Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif said Tehran is ready to give proposals regarding security in the region. Javad Zarif said Iran has also presented proposals on ways to establish peace in the Strait of Hormuz. The United Nations mission in Libya has expressed deep concern over efforts to disrupt oil production in the country and urged all the sides to exercise restraint. In a statement, the mission said this move would have devastating consequences for the Libyan people who depend on free flow of oil. And now cricket. Bangladesh has announced a 15-member squad for the upcoming T20 series against Pakistan, beginning from Friday in Lahore. The two teams will play 3 T20s at the Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore, followed by a test match in February. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very cold conditions in northern parts in North Balochistan during the next 12 hours. However, rain snowfall is expected in Kashmir and its adjoining hilly areas. Fog is likely to prevail in the plain areas of the Punjab and Upper Sindh during night hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.